Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, On Point Reviews, all day, every day. Welcome back yet again, everybody. If you are one of my old subscribers, it's great to see you guys yet again. And if you are new to the channel, if this is the first time you've seen my videos, this is just one of many, over 400 plus videos where we do tackle a bunch of perfume battles, perfume comparisons, and of course, no hype reviews. So today we are going to make a no hype comparison between two juggernauts, two perfumes that it's been discussed in many different circles, guys. It's been compared, but no one ever made a video about it. No one officially made a comparison between these two on YouTube. So today I will be making this comparison, and this one has something to do with one of my favorite fragrances ever. The fragrance I am talking about is Boadicea the Victorious Valiant, and this fragrance, as you guys know, was one of my earliest reviews. And the other fragrance that we will be comparing to Valiant right here comes from a new house called Electimuss. And Electimuss has started to gain ground recently, especially with their original blend perfumes, all right? I mean, all of them are original, but of course, as you know, if you've been watching my older videos, you'll see that Electimuss, much like Boadicea, they do have their own versions of the already popular formulas that we have. I recently reviewed Electimuss Imperium, and I thought that that was amazing. I mean, that was the Electimuss version of Aventus, basically, but to be honest, I thought that that was better than Aventus. And today we are going to talk about the Electimuss that is compared to Valiant, and that is none other than Electimuss Vixere. Electimuss Vixere, guys. And this sample comes from my friend Alan from Beverly Hills Perfumery. So I went to his store. You guys know that. If you follow my gram, you know I went to his store recently and I had a ball. He opened it up for me and I had the whole store to myself, basically. And so Beverly Hills Perfumery, they sell both of these, okay? So BHP, they sell Valiant, and they sell Electimuss Vixere, and they also sell samples of both. So if you guys are willing to just try it out, you can hit up my boy Alan. I will link him below, so you can email him, contact him, and get, you know, one of each or both. Now, before I talk about Electimuss Vixere right here, I'm gonna go talk about Valiant first, okay? And I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown so you don't have to watch the original video. I mean, you can, but that was a real old video. I'll give you guys an updated version on Valiant. Now, Valiant right here is basically a grail from the house of Boadicea the Victorious. And we all know that Boadicea on its own is already expensive as it is. The basic Boadicea fragrances are pretty much expensive. So when you look at the grails of Boadicea like Valiant, I mean, you're looking at fragrances that go from $600 to $1,000, okay? So this stuff is definitely not cheap. It is for the grail collector. It is for those that are willing to spend that kind of money on a fragrance. Now, is this fragrance worth the price? Over $600, guys. Boadicea the Victorious Valiant, in my opinion, that is a yes. It depends where you are in your collecting journey, but for me, I wanted something that was really gonna be different. If you're looking for a fragrance that basically fits in with your other fragrances, and you know, you can use it like a rotational day-to-day fragrance, Valiant is not it. But if you are looking for a standout fragrance that, in my opinion, matches the price, matches the elegance associated with the high price, then Valiant is definitely it. I have met many people that have sampled Valiant and they didn't like it. And that's fine, because really it's not gonna be for everybody. It is a fragrance that is very unique, especially right at the opening. But you know what? Let's go spray this thing right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, the beauty of Valiant lies in its opening, okay? So the opening to me is quite impactful and it's quite different. It starts off with a beautiful grapefruit and petitgrain combination. That's the one that I smell the most. And then though, the curve, the immediate curve comes from Ilang Ilang. For most guys, maybe Ilang Ilang is not a thing. Maybe you guys hate it. Maybe you guys don't like it. But for me, it's just different. The Ilang Ilang is the difference maker here. And once the Ilang Ilang blends with the grapefruit and your pettigrain, oh my goodness. I mean, the result is just mind-blowing. On top of the pettigrain, Valiant also utilizes mandarin orange, and orange blossom, guys, okay? So there is a real insanely balanced, warming but bright aspect to this fragrance. You do have the grapefruit sort of glistening for a minute there, and then you have the orange, which feels very, very warming to me, and then you've got the unique ilang ilang embedded right here in the opening. On the mid, this one here gets floral and powdery. You are going to get orris, you're going to get cherry blossom, you're going to get Indian jasmine and neroli, guys, okay? So real powdery, real nice, white floral, but man, insanely well blended with the orange notes sort of like dampening the floral aspect, making it a warming type of scent with the orris basically around that. And then eventually, guys, the base completely warming and woody with your sandalwood, with your patchouli, with your vanilla, amber, and tonka bean. I mean, what's not to like? To me, the impactful part is really the opening, because the mid and the dry down, although they are well blended, they are balanced, they are beautiful, it's really something else once you smell that orange and ilang ilang and grapefruit combination in the beginning. It's one of those really, really good spring summer perfumes with a warming aspect. So it's basically an all day or day to night type of perfume, guys. If you have an engagement later at night, you can wear Valiant basically in the afternoon and go all the way at night. It is also highly unisex. I think that both sexes can wear Valiant, but the overarching theme right here is that it is elegant, it is different, it is expensive. So this fragrance right here will fit your agenda if you are wanting to look and smell real rich today or tonight. That's where Valiant basically fits in. Now, how much is Valiant? How much are we talking about? What kind of expensive price are we dealing with here, guys? I'm looking at Google right now, and the cheapest I see is $970. $970 for one bottle of Valiant. And I see in Neiman Marcus here in America, it's $1,275. How many bottles of perfume can you really buy with $1,275? That's a lot. Retail, all right? So this thing right here is really, really expensive. But like I said, it matches that kind of price. If you dropped $1,200, you would literally smell like someone who had a $1,200 perfume. This one right here, you can sample again at Beverly Hills Perfumery. That's Valiant right here. Now let's talk about Electimuss Vixere. Now the interesting thing about Electimuss, the company, is that a lot of their creative directors actually came from Boadicea the Victorious, all right? So that's the little thing about Electimuss. And so it's not a surprise that they made their own Valiant for their own company. It's obviously a very smart move because a lot of the general public, they've never smelled Valiant, okay? Or there's no access to Valiant. So not a lot of people have smelled this insane formula of Valiant. And so naturally they took the formula and sort of, you know, edited it a bit, but basically copy pasted it into this fragrance. And basically you have Vixere. This fragrance launched last year. And the interesting thing about Vixere is that it is only a portion of the price of Valiant. Valiant is about $1,275 and Vixere right here is $275. So for one Valiant, you can pretty much buy 5 Vixeres and they're all 100 ml. Now obviously we are going to talk about the comparison between Vixere and Valiant. Last time I did one with Imperium and Aventus and I thought that Imperium was actually better. Let's see if Vixere falls into the same type of comparison. Okay, so let's look into the notes of Vixere and how it compares to Valiant. Here it is, folks. As you can tell, it's pretty much almost the same from start to finish, okay? They almost literally copied Valiant right there when it comes to Vixere. However, there are some slight differences, okay? Number one, with Vixere, the opening is definitely curved with the bergamot. And I've said it a million times before, bergamot is that curve. The moment there's a bergamot, it curves it immediately. You're not gonna get a super bright, sparkling opening like Valiant. In this one, you are going to get a curved bergamot note. It makes you think about something dark, something nighttime, or something even like a mysterious or brooding. When I think about this bergamot edit on the opening of Valiant here in Vixere, I really think about like this one as a nighttime like Valiant. So that's really one of the big differences right here between Vixere and Valiant, is that with Valiant right here, you have sort of like this sparkling daytime intro that you can really wear it in, you know, the spring and summer daytime, and you can really feel that that grapefruit, the orange blossom, the petitgrain. When I smell Vixere, I think about going out at night. I think about driving like a Porsche Macan or something, you know, and going out to the Miami Design District at night. Just because this one right here, because of the bergamot, curves it instantaneously. It still has the mandarin orange, it still has the petitgrain, it still has the grapefruit, and it still has the signature ilang-ilang smell of Valiant, but the bergamot changes it for sure. Now, the second thing that makes Vixere different than Valiant is that I believe Vixere is a lot more powdery or thick, okay? And that's because of the iris. It's got violet, it's got heliotrope. These things are really not in Valiant. In Valiant, there is orris, but it's basically orris, the orangey notes, and then you've got your white florals. But in this case, guys, with Vixere, they went with violet, heliotrope, and iris in this combination right here. So really, it's such a nighttime perfume. I mean, you can already guess it right now. It's powdery, it's nighttime, it's already like violet, heliotrope, iris together. So even if you have jasmine and gardenia as the white floral notes that basically continue on from the ilang-ilang, I'm telling you all that because you've got the violet, the iris, and the heliotrope, it's a lot more warming in the mid for Vixere. I would say that Vixere is the more digestible form of the Valiant formula. That is for sure. Just with these tweaks that they made, it is more digestible. This Vixere is more digestible because a lot of the things that make Valiant stand out, the Vixere sort of like blends it in and sort of overrules it with some of these other notes like your violet, your heliotrope, and your iris, so that you don't get too much of the ilang-ilang, for example, or you don't get too much of the white florals, for example. And so those 50-50 notes do get overruled. Therefore, this one to me is maybe a nice second try if you didn't like Valiant, but you want to try it again, but maybe with a different tweak. On the base notes, all right, it's damn similar. You've got your amber, you've got your tonka bean, your patchouli, and your sandalwood. But the difference here is musk. You've got musk right here that pretty much, you know, comes out during the mid as well. It's a lot more muskier. So like I told you guys, from start to finish, this is like an evening time Valiant. You know what I mean? It's like an evening time, I'm gonna go out in my suit and tie Valiant, in my blazer, okay, while I eat at Spago at Beverly Hills. This is that fragrance right here. They are both in the same vein, but the way they tweak this is a little bit different from this one. When I think about Boadicea the Victorious Valiant, I think about a daytime scenario that leads to the nighttime. But when I think about Vixere, I think about a strictly nighttime scenario, wearing something real rich smelling, such as the Valiant formula. Now here's the catch though. Valiant's performance is, for me, I mean, 6 to 7 hours, okay? That's, for me, I mean, I've never had an issue. This thing projects insane. But the big hitch, and you guys can read about it, there are people that are already talking about this, is that the performance of this one is not as good as this one. This one right here, the max is 4 hours of a significant smell. And after 4 hours of Vixere, basically it becomes sort of like a skin scent or you can sort of smell it, but not as prominent as the past 4 hours or the initial 4 hours. So performance is an issue with Vixere compared to Valiant, but like I said, here's the thing. You can buy 5 Vixeres for 1 Valiant. So I'm pretty sure overspraying won't be a deal, but I just do want to point it out that it is true when people say that it is a 3 to 4 hour scent for Vixere. For me, it's 4 hours officially. So which one is better? That's up to you guys. Okay, I'm not gonna say which one, you know, because I own both, and after trying both fragrances, I really do feel that they have different purposes, or they serve different purposes. Valiant right here would be my daytime, and this one would be my nighttime. But either way, it's a very, very similar Valiant formula that both share, with some tweaks. So it's really up to you guys on your budget. You know, what are you guys looking for? Are you looking for a nighttime perfume or a daytime perfume? But either way, if you are looking to smell absolutely expensive, exquisite, different than the rest, then both of these are winners right here. And again, you can sample both through my boy Alan at BeverlyHillsPerfumery.com. Okay, or you can visit the store if you're in LA. I mean, it's the Toys R Us of perfumes, basically. Jeremy Fragrance, all of them have made the trip to Beverly Hills Perfumery. So make sure you drop a line if you want to sample both. And I believe that Alan told me that if you guys hit him up and you said you watched the video, he might give you guys a discount on Electimuss Vixere. Okay, so can't promise that, but that's what I heard. So if I were you, hit him up on email or their contact form, ask about Vixere right here, and he might give you guys a discount. Mention that you're my friend, that you've watched this video on the channel. They're really nice formulas, man. Dang, they got the orangey, petty grain, ilang ilang and grapefruit combination with the bergamot on this one, and then that powdery warming iris with the white florals, and then of course you've got your amber, tonka, sandalwood, patchouli, dry down. But this one's got more musk. Sexy. Gosh, real awesome stuff right here. So I'm really glad that I was able to compare this finally and give my official word, because you'll hear this a lot, that Electimuss is sort of like copying Boadicea too. Well, that's not a surprise because they did come from that company. Okay, but I am making it official. I am comparing both right here. So hopefully this video helped you guys with your thoughts and your questions and your curiosities about both of these fragrances. So if you have made your decision, again, hit up Alan from Beverly Hills Perfumery. He sells the bottles and he sells the samples. All right, so make sure to hit him up. Thank you again, Alan, my friend, and I will see you guys on the next video. Comment below if you've tried both of them, Valiant or Vixere. Give me your thoughts right down below on the comments. I read them all the time. I mean, anybody that's ever commented on my channel, I always reply on those. And this is Troy D. Do not forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys very, very soon. God bless. I'm back to work. See you guys on the next video. Peace.